Hey guys, Bill, I'm here back with more Judgment, Lost Judgment. It's next day. It's already a little bit after noon, so that's something we're going to continue on. My top 25 games in generation video just came out, and I was watching a bit of it before starting this, which I wouldn't mind continuing watching after
This is Genda
when
Law.
we get to a
I got my
non-cutscene
start as a
thing.
lawyer.
But
The owner, Genda Sensei, it's like a father
yeah.
to me. He's been
Yeah,
a
thank you for
well-respected
the
figure in
exposition.
Commerce for years.
Yeah, new update for PlayStation just happened, so that's something.
Genda
Through that,
Sensei,
my internet got fucked. Or not my PS5
where is everyone?
like connection to the internet got kind of fucked, so I had to
Company are down
reset
at the
that shit up.
courthouse.
But
Those two are
whatever.
always putting in a hard day's work.
But yeah, I have a few hours here, so whatever. I do have some stuff to do in the afternoon or late, like whatever,
I believe we met
late
the other
afternoon.
day. Was that con artist
But
case?
yeah, I have a few hours.
How'd it go? Did Yagami get that solved for you? He goes all in on his cases, but that's about his only redeeming quality.
Yeah.
Still debating over what I'm gonna stream tonight. I thought I was gonna stream Ratchet and Clank, however. Kind of thinking maybe I'll do Hitman instead.
Sorry to impose, Genda-sensei, but can Keiko-san stay here a while?
Fine by me. It was getting a little too quiet around here anyway.
Okay.
Speaking of which, it's rare to see the office this empty. You guys working a big case?
Yeah. Big enough to keep Saori-kun and Hoshino-kun out of trouble, I suppose.
It's not a murder case, is it?
No. It's an anti-nuisance ordinance violation.
Huh? Oh, you mean...
It's a groping case?
She's a smart one. This happened 2 months back. Some good Samaritans at a train station pinned down a groper who was trying to make a getaway. Wouldn't you know it, the culprit was a cop, of all things. Makes you wonder what this world's coming to. Naturally, the press had a field day with it. It was all you saw on the news for a while.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. It was all over the internet. Anything that stops the trains during rush hour makes the news.
It's so fucking weird playing this immediately after the first one because it looks so much
The judge
better.
is handing down the verdict today, and I don't expect he'll be pleased with it.
I guess to be fair though, I mean, like I think the gameplay looks better. The cutscenes probably look relatively same. It's probably just the 60 frames that makes it look better. But to be fair, yeah, the cutscenes in the original Judgment did look pretty similar anyway.
Someone help! Get a station car!
This man grabbed me on the train. He put his hand up my skirt.
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
You got the wrong guy. Stop struggling, asshole. Let me go. The cops can check your hands to see if you did it or not. Be here in a second now, so just chill out. Hey, are you filming this? Put that camera away.
I know my textures are a lot better. Like that guy's face is
Ihara-san, do you mind sitting up straight in court, please? A bad attitude isn't going to do you any favors.
Yes, thank you for this. Oh, is she actually an attorney?
It's over.
Oh, I assumed that she was like the receptionist or
Your
something.
demeanor still has consequences. The worst things are looking for you.
Wait, was she in the courtroom last time? Was she in the... I really can't remember her being in the courtroom. Whatever.
If I were the judge, I'd be happy about having an easy day on the job for once.
This is no time to be cynical either. Besides, the judge hasn't...
It's decided. Guilty is charged. This also means it's almost time for the curtain to fall until the grand finale.
What?
And so, let's get this show on the road.
All rise.
Like I said, we should have a verdict coming down today. We only really needed Saori-kun at the bench, but Hoshino-kun insisted on joining her.
Truth be told, I still can't tell when he's trying to help or when he's trying to impress her.
Then he'll need to pull out all the stops. Saori-kun's no slouch. Plus, she's got ice in her veins.
Speaking of, how'd you end up on the hook for defending an active duty officer?
Well, another firm had it on their plate first, actually. Comro PD, they have their go-to guys. Plan was to get a confession, earning the defendant a nice retirement package and a simple case dismissed.
You mean he'd be found innocent?
Bottom line, yeah. On the condition he left the force anyway.
Correct. But the plan fell apart when the cop kept insisting he didn't do it, in spite of the evidence stacked against him. So, once Comro PD's lawyers decided to throw in the towel, the case went straight to Saori-kun, who just happened to take the call.
Makes sense.
I'm sure they'll be back soon if you wanted to stick around.
I would, but I gotta tie up a few loose ends. But let us know if any new requests come in.
Restless as always. You ever heard of a vacation, Yagami?
That's exactly why I turned my hobby into a job. Besides, I like staying busy.
Fine. You never did listen to your elders.
Anyway, I shouldn't keep Kaito-san waiting. Thanks again for looking after Keiko-san.
Okay. Where's Kaido? Is he right outside? By the way, also, that's another thing I mentioned. This game loads super fucking quick. It's actually hilarious how, like, when you start the game, it's like pretty much starts right away, and then you get to the... You push continue, and then it pretty much starts right away. Which, again, like, kind of the point of,
Let's get to work.
of PS5 here, but still, it's hilarious how quick it loads.
Well, this the dump you brought Keiko-chan to?
It is! So could you please just let me go?
Not a chance. You get a front row seat for when your boss shows up.
What are you, crazy? He'd murder me on the spot! Then he'd murder you two for dessert!
Huh. He's that scary, huh?
Yes, actually! Not to mention all his boys!
All the more reason to put him in his place. Pricks like that need to learn how to treat a lady.
Agreed. Oh, hold on. Sugiura.
Really? Oh, could he choose a worse fucking time? Talk about a buzzkill.
Hey there. You miss me?
Jeez, it's been what, half a year? Everything good over there?
Good as it gets.
Well, I've got some good news of my own I wanted to give you, man. Tsukumo-kun and I have our very own detective agency.
Wait, are you saying
All right,
you
guys,
started a
welcome
detective
back.
agency? Meaning, now you're a detective.
Yep, got our own office and everything. It's in Yokohama. Didn't want to muscle in on your turf.
Man, I don't know what to say. Oh, and by Tsukumo, you mean...
The one and only. At least, the only one I know. Thought his hacking might give us an edge.
So they're all back?
Never figured he and I were on the same wavelength about stuff.
You wanna wrap this up, Doc?
Anyway, we got a pretty big case. And to be honest, we're in a little over our heads. So that got me thinking, why don't we call up the pros? So they can show us how it's done.
Do you need an answer right away? We're in the middle of the usual.
Oh yeah? More sneaky shit?
Yep, I'll tell you all about it later.
Oh, come on. Give me just a hint.
Sorry, buddy.
You all set? Then let's roll.
Kosuke,
Care to explain what the fuck's going on?
It's not what you think.
We're here on account of a woman named Keiko Hamada. She says she's been threatened by an illegitimate business.
Oh, I see. You're the guy who had this dipshit's phone.
Yagami Detective Agency. At your service.
Yagami Detective? Yo, wait a sec. You the kid Matsugane-san took in? There, you see? I told you people have heard of us.
Huh.
As for me, the name's Kaito. Used to wear the Matsugane myself. Oh, I've heard plenty about you. You're a real celebrity, buddy. A man's gotta have a reputation, right? Masaharu Kaito. Ugly as an ape and just as dumb. Lets an amateur thief get the drop on him, then forks over the family safe? Yeah. Yeah, you're a real legend.
Don't talk like you were there, jackass. You want an ape? I'm about to go ape shit here.
Come on, man. Don't give him what he wants.
Fuckhead.
Now that we're past introductions, we're here to get Keiko-san's money. And we'll be tacking on our fee on top of that. Just business. I'm sure you understand.
Hear that, boys? The detectives come to collect. You know the best part of breaking ranks with the Tojo clan? The freedom. Huh? No more paying cuts to guys upstairs. Makes us even tougher. And guess what I spent the cash on? The walls. Now this is damn good soundproofing. Meaning whatever goes on inside, stays inside. You'll find out just how convenient that is.
You hear that, Kaito-san? He says we're free to cut loose.
Oh, yeah. Best news I've heard all day. I'm gonna open up a can of...
Hey, hold that thought a minute.
Greetings, Yagami-shi. Did Sugiura-shi call you a second ago?
He did, but look, Tsukumo, now's really not a good time.
Oh, so you really are just busy? He said you hung up on him, so I wanted to make sure. He didn't offend you, did he? I'd hate to think he upset you, you know? But if so, we didn't mean it. On behalf of both of us, I offer my profuse apologies.
Yep, no offense taken, man.
But you see my point, right? Sugiura-shi and I are a team. Our actions reflect on each other. Any responsible member of a company, I mean, any responsible member of society, it's a matter of respect.
Okay, I get the picture. We'll continue this later.
Okay, but when is later? Should I call you back? If you have an estimate, I can set a timer. That way I'll know when it's convenient.
Right, where did we leave off?
You gotta be shitting me!
Yeah, pretty lame talk.
That's it. You jokers are dead meat!
Oh shit. Wait, so... Oh, I'm fucking it. It's right there. Alright, what do we got? Boost health. We have 150. We can't afford any of those. Boost the chance of expanding an eatery's lucky menu? What does that even mean? Basic appreciation, I can do that. Should probably get that at some point. We'll probably just get health for now, though. Thank you, Kaido, for helping so much. Fuck me.
Listen, I just wanted to thank the both of you for all you've done.
I'm just glad to hear they got your money back. These two are something, huh?
Oh, yes. I don't know how I could possibly repay them.
Don't worry about it. Besides, those thugs paid our service fee and then some.
Nice of them to eat the cost, huh?
Beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing.
I take it all back. Anyway, what happened to the crooks?
If they're smart, they're skipping town. Doubt they'd reopen after how bad we wrecked the place. As for Kosuke, I made sure to tip his college off about his little side business. Should help him rethink his life choices. So I'd say this case is closed.
Well, I've sure learned my lesson. It's a scary world out there.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. From now on, I choose the place when meeting boys online. And I should probably change dating apps while I'm at it.
That's your big takeaway? Really, Keiko-chan? You're laying this all on the app, not the sketchy internet dudes.
Oh, I don't think so at all. Plenty of people these days meet their match online.
It's true, Kaito-san. Apparently that's a thing now.
You see, if you don't seize the opportunity when it knocks, it won't be just the times that leave you behind.
Fine, fine. Hear you loud and clear.
Saori-san and Hoshino-kun sure are taking their sweet time.
Now that you mention it, they should have left the courtroom a while ago.
Maybe they stopped for a quickie somewhere.
There's nothing between those two. Nothing real, anyway. These old eyes can tell that much.
Wisdom comes with age, huh?
Damn right it does. And I've got more than you kids on both counts.
You talking about Matsugane-san?
Yep. The lawyer and the Yakuza. Best of both worlds. Though we came from different backgrounds, we were brothers in arms. Both trying to make it in Kamurocho. You two ought to visit his grave every now and again.
We will.
That goes without saying.
Well, I guess we should get going.
I guess so.
Thanks for having us on such short notice. Oh, and give the two lovebirds our regards.
All rise.
Okay. The game is afoot. Did I just play a thing that said the game was afoot? Or maybe it was Judgment, the first Judgment. Oh, whatever.
The court is prepared to issue its verdict. The sentence for the defendant, Akihiro Ihara, is 6 months of penal servitude.
He's getting prison time for his first offense? Isn't it usually just probation in cases like this?
Yes.
I'm sure his attitude didn't help the situation. From the start, the evidence was stacked against him, and all he did was deny it.
If that will be all, we can proceed with the court's rationale. The defendant may be seated. You'd rather hear this standing up?
Your Honor, in a warehouse, about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. Oh, maybe you hadn't heard that.
What?
What the hell? What is he talking about?
I don't know.
I'll take that as a no. In that case, make sure you pass this along to the Kanagawa police. They'll want to know that the body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide. He deserved to die 1,000 times, but he was never even accused of a crime. No, he just went on with his life. The law let him walk. An utterly broken system.
Order in the court! The defendant shall refrain from making such outbursts. Defense, do you have an explanation for the meaning of this?
Your Honor, well...
That's the 30-minute mark. Might as well look at how my video's doing. Number 7 or less 10. That's pretty good.
How's that for an understatement?
It's around 3 times what my other videos do, so that's something.
Sounds like a plan. I need to get back to Sugiura, too. He was telling us about a big job.
You mean a big job for us?
Yeah, down in Yokohama. By the way, Sugiura and Tsukumo, they're detectives now.
Those two detectives? Good one, Todd. Wait, you serious?
Scheme's
Who voices Kaido? I definitely know that guy's voice.
Man, what a fucking scam. Fuck this. I'm beyond pissed. I need to unload on someone's face. Hell yeah, dude. Why don't we go give some asshole a game over?
You know I'm always down.
Are we in the open world now? Oh, we are, okay.
Let's roll, Todd.
Well, since we are, I want to look up my own, I want to continue watching my own video. But, before that, I wanted to look up Kaido's voice actor. Just wanted to see real quick. Fuck, this is all the Japanese. Oh my god, how many fucking voice actors are in this game? What the fuck is that? That's ridiculous. There's way too many people. Crispin Freeman, I definitely know who he is. I don't remember exactly who he plays, but I definitely know the name. I mean, he's like really just like additional voices in a lot of things. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, let's continue listening to my own video. Oh, well, okay.
I just find it more and more boring, especially because I've always been underwhelmed with how the story played out, where to me...
It's funny that I watch my own videos in like at least 1.5 speed.
While I do have some
I
sort of
can't watch it
connection
at
to
normal
I
speed.
didn't feel like it was worth bumping off any of these other games that I personally enjoy more. I also considered putting on Inside, which is probably one of the better puzzle platformers I've played of the generation, but is another one that has some sections here and there that did annoy me quite a bit on my replay of it that did harm my opinion enough for it to not quite make the list. I also considered Gravity Rush 2, which is a game I was very, very high on after my initial playthrough of it a few years ago, to the point where like I think this would have easily been top probably 15 if I did it at the time. However, I also tried replaying this recently and I just really couldn't get back into it, which is a shame because I do think it has a very interesting combat system where you control gravity and fly all over the combat area, but I always found the combat itself to be a bit hit or miss, with the lock-on system in particular being kind of frustrating, and narratively, I do really like Gravity Rush 2, but for me, the annoying mission design and annoying combat kind of left it off the list here. Now, the final two games...
Watch drumming tutorials without Wi-Fi.
Cool.
Jam
Ad.
uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium for 3 months on us. Now with Taco Bell's
Let's
app,
go to the Popo shop. Or Popo? Whatever it is.
So be like you. Build your own cravings box today. Only online or with the Taco Bell app.
Oh, it's so weird playing Kamurocho.
The final two games I'll be mentioning as honorable mentions here are both games I played very recently, and are both games that I very much considered putting on the list. I mean, there are two other games I did play recently that did end up making the list, but with these two, I had to leave them off. I did feel like they were really strong, and I really wanted to talk about them. The first of which being Titanfall 2, which I do think is probably the best first-person shooter I've played of the generation, and while it's been years since I've cared about a non-story-based first-person shooter, Titanfall 2 is really incredible, and especially the campaign. I mean, I'm mostly talking about the campaign here. I really adored how this game was designed. I love the level design throughout. The action is really fast-paced and just overall fun, but also has some pretty interesting puzzle platforming along the way. It really is near perfection for the genre that it is trying to be. The problem is that the genre of a first-person shooter is something that I'm personally not that into nowadays. But even despite that,
I do regret not putting this on the list in
I had to cut it
retrospect.
at the end of the day. And the same thing goes for the next game, which is Celeste.
Like, I would have changed some things up in the list itself.
Which I really, really adored it. like, I was surprised. As again, Celeste is not my type of game. Again, a 2D platformer that is pretty difficult. Again, not the type of thing that I play nowadays. And when I was a kid, this is like the norm for me. But nowadays, I'm more so into these grander, story-based experiences. And Celeste isn't that, but for what it is pretty great. Again, a really fantastic platformer, really great level design, and also tackles some pretty interesting themes along the way. And again, for a platformer like this, the attempt to tell a story, I think, is also a commendable feat. So for me, I mean, like, I thought Celeste was another really great game that I really wanted to put on the list, but it just barely missed out. But there we go. And those are the honorable mentions. Let's get on to the list itself.
I forgot you Jedi Fallen Order footage.
Generation. And let's start off at number 25. This is a game that, I'll be honest,
shit.
I really struggled with putting on the list. Mainly because, again, there are so many good other options, and most of the list was pretty locked in, but this spot was very much up for grabs. And I do still debate over whether or not this was the right choice, but who cares? Number 25 on the list, and here we do have Tales from the Borderlands.
This is the Yagami Detective
Again,
Agency.
feels weird to have on
I
the
run
top
the
games of the
place,
generation
help
list,
my
considering it is a
partner.
very
That's
basic...
Yakuza Kaito.
Yeah, thank you for the
I
exposition.
could say keeping this place afloat was smooth
Oh,
sailing.
I just realized I haven't been paying attention to how
The
far
reality
asleep
is,
are we.
we'd be drowning if it weren't for the gigs we get from Genda-sensei.
Story-based adventure game. It's a Telltale game. It's really a game that didn't need to be released on 8th generation
It's
hardware.
not like we don't have the technology. But when street smarts fail, most of the time we have to get physical. That happens a lot.
So he just sleeps on the couch here, right? Like, where the fuck does Kaido stay?
Guess we can finally take a breather. Weren't you supposed to call Sugiura?
I still adore this game, and mind you,
Oh,
I came
is
in
that
this
it?
wanting to have a
I was,
representative
wasn't I?
of Telltale, whether
Crazy
it be
how
in the
we ended up in our line of
itself.
work.
Out of my top
After
tier of
seeing
Telltale
us in
games,
action,
only one
who
of those
could
is
blame
qualifying for this list, which is why Tales of the Borderlands is kind of representative for Telltale games here. And it would have been hard to debate between this and Wolf Among Us, which episode 1 of that was technically released before the 8th generation, which is why it's on the list. But Tales of the
Yeah,
Borderlands is
sorry, it's a long
Telltale
story.
game. It is a great
You were saying
story-based
something about a
adventure game
big
telling
case?
narrative on a scale that I don't think Telltale has
Oh,
attempted
yeah.
before. I mean, it really feels like a
Gotta
fun
come check out
sci-fi
Yokohama.
action movie.
We've been getting jobs left and right down here. If we can ace this case I've got lined up, we'll be the hottest detectives in town.
Oh yeah? You sure it's a legit lead?
Hey, have some faith. Would I waste your time on a bad lead?
Just looking out for you, man.
Well, I do appreciate that. Then should I save the details for when I see you?
Sure. When do you want us over?
Honestly, ASAP. Tomorrow if you can swing it. We're based in Ijincho. Look for an office that says Yokohama 99 out front. That's us. The real question is, you free on such short notice?
Let me check my schedule.
What schedule? Outside of today's shit, we haven't had work in weeks.
If I tell them that, they'll lowball our cut, smart guy.
Oh, right. Guess we don't want to look desperate.
Sorry, Sugiura. Yeah, tomorrow works just fine.
Perfect. Man, this is gonna be so great. Oh, and Kaito-san's coming too, right?
He'll be there.
See you guys soon then.
Sugiura said he'd give us the details when we
Yeah,
get there.
Sugiura's the redheaded guy from last game, right? Oh, we're trying to play him?
Can't say I'm really familiar with that neck of the woods.
Same here.
But you know what? Kamurocho has been pretty tame lately. Maybe this is our chance to broaden our horizons.
Sure. Oh, okay. For sure getting copyright claim. Did the original doesn't have an intro? I don't remember anymore. I'm sure it did, right? Yeah, no, I think, well, yeah, I did. I remember this now. That's a great shot. Well, to try to not get copyright, I mean, really, I don't really care, but still, let's look too much into the video.
This entire ride pretty fun. I would say that the choices in this game are not as impactful as certain other Telltale games, but for me, this is certainly the most fun of the batch. Now, again, it was a struggle on whether it was worth putting it on the list, considering it is a Telltale game. But again, it is a game that is very personal to me. I personally played this game too many times.
I think in retrospect, I should have put Watch Dogs. And I should have put Titanfall for sure. I think I should have put Titanfall and Celeste on, and then kicked off Hellblade and Disco Elysium. But what are you gonna do?
that I had wanted to play whenever it came out on PC a couple years ago. However, it was ported to other consoles more recently. And I finally got around to playing it, and that is Disco Elysium. And I really enjoyed my time with Disco Elysium. I mean, it is a very different game from what you see nowadays. It is a isometric RPG, though one that doesn't focus around combat and more so focuses around dialogue. And with a game like this, to make this game work, you really need a great batch of characters and obviously fun dialogue. And I do feel like this game matches it. You spend the entire game walking around this city trying to investigate a murder, and while whether or not the story is satisfying by the end is questionable in my eyes, I did really enjoy the road there and really enjoyed the sense of humor that this game has. I like the numerous amount of ways that you can navigate through the game, where everyone's playthrough could be pretty different based on how you decide to approach certain scenarios. I personally really love Disco Elysium, and I very much want to do a video on it at some point down the road. And for me...
Oh, wait, that was all just a prologue? Okay. So we're already done with Kamurocho? Oh, this is Yokohama. This is this is the exact same place as fucking Like a Dragon, right? So we're literally just reusing Like a Dragon. Whatever.
Aw, it's not even close to Chinatown. So much for us getting a decent meal on this trip, huh?
Well, then how about on the way home we take ourselves a little detour? Maybe.
Tsukumo's place is way out there. Want to take a taxi?
I suppose we could. But why don't we hoof it? Yeah, we could see the sights.
I guess I'm on board with that.
Guess I'll rename the first episode then, now knowing that that was a prologue. But anyway, we'll be back. I'll do another episode immediately after this. I thought that was chapter 1. I mean, like it says in the thing, chapter 1, right? Yeah, but whatever. I'll just consider a prologue. Then we'll be back. Thanks for watching.